Netflix is ruthless when it comes to what they allow on their platform. It's not just about having a good story or a big budget. If your camera doesn't meet their hidden rulebook, your footage could be instantly rejected. And here's the crazy part. Some of the cameras that do pass their elite standards aren't $50,000 Hollywood monsters. They're cameras you could buy right now, sometimes for less than you'd expect. But here's what Netflix won't tell you. Each of these cameras has a very specific reason it made the list. And if you understand why, you can unlock a huge advantage over other filmmakers. Because when you use a camera that's both Netflix approved and within reach, you're not just shooting, you're playing in the same league as the pros. And trust me, the last camera on this list is something most indie filmmakers don't even realize they could own. Before we get into the list, here's something worth knowing. Netflix approves cameras for one main reason: consistency. They want every production, from a gritty drama to a sweeping documentary, to have the same baseline of quality: rich color depth, high resolution, and files that hold up in heavy post-production. In short, they don't just want good footage. They want footage that's built to survive the brutal editing process and still look stunning on a 65-inch 4K screen. And somehow, the next camera checks all those boxes while still being the cheapest entry ticket into Netflix's club. At first glance, the Panasonic Lumix BGH1 doesn't scream Netflix powerhouse. It's small, lightweight, box-shaped, almost unassuming. But under that minimalist design lives a high sensitivity with 10.2 megapixel live MOS sensor with dual native ISO. The magic that keeps your low-light shots clean without drowning in noise. It records 10-bit cinema 4K at 60 frames per second internally, comes preloaded with V-Log-L for a gorgeous 13-stop dynamic range, and even lets you push into slow motion with its variable frame rate mode. One of its deadliest tricks? Unlimited recording, thanks to a clever heat dispersion system, a rare feat in compact bodies. And because it's Netflix approved, it's loaded with pro-friendly connections: power over Ethernet, multi-camera control for up to 12 units, 3G SDI, HDMI, USB-C, and full timecode sync. In the right hands, it's the kind of camera that can disappear into tight sets and still deliver a cinematic punch. But if you want the full-frame look that Hollywood drools over, the next camera takes things to another level. Meet the Sony FX3, the smallest member of Sony's cinema line and the ultimate companion for solo shooters. Its full-frame sensor delivers over 15 stops of dynamic range, capturing every shadow and highlight with film-like smoothness. The S-Cinetone color science, borrowed straight from Sony's high-end Venice cameras, gives footage that ready-for-the-big-screen look, no heavy grading required. It shoots 4K at 120 frames per second in 10-bit 422, with a full pixel readout in every mode. And Sony's real-time eye AF plus face detection means you can nail focus even when your subject turns away, looks down, or moves unpredictably. The design is genius, cage-free, with built-in mounting points and an included XLR top handle. And thanks to active cooling, it runs long takes without breaking a sweat. For run-and-gun filmmakers, this is as close as you get to a cinematic cheat code. But maybe you're more of a Canon shooter. If so, our next pick blends DSLR familiarity with cinema muscle in a way no other camera has. Think of the Canon EOS C70 as a cinema camera wearing a mirrorless disguise. At only 2.64 pounds, it mounts on handheld gimbals with ease, yet it's built to the same standards as Canon cinema giants. It's the first cinema body to adopt the RF mount, meaning you can tap into Canon's best mirrorless lenses, sharp, fast, and made for storytelling. Inside, the Super 35 dual gain output sensor delivers crisp 4K at up to 120 frames per second and can push to 180 frames per second in Super 16 crop mode for buttery slow motion. Thanks to its DGO technology, it can handle low light like a champ, letting you shoot clean even at high ISO. It won't give you RAW, but with 10-bit 422 XF AVC and DCI 4K 60p, you won't feel like you're missing anything. But if you need even more raw horsepower and a camera built to adapt on any set, the next one might be your perfect match. The Sony FX6 is the definition of versatile. Its 10.2 megapixel full-frame sensor shoots 4K at up to 120 frames per second, with dual native ISO for maximum flexibility. The autofocus system is almost telepathic, blending phase and contrast detection plus real-time IAF to lock focus in any lighting. A built-in electronic ND filter lets you dial exposure without touching the lens or ISO, perfect for outdoor shoots with shifting light. Despite all this, it's lightweight and compact, meaning you can throw it on a tripod, a drone, or a shoulder rig without worrying about fatigue. But our final camera is in a different league, a name whispered on big budget sets and indie projects alike. The Red Komodo 6K is proof that a small body can still carry Hollywood DNA. It shoots 6K at up to 60 frames per second with an incredible 16.5 stops of dynamic range, capturing colors and shadows so rich you can practically feel them. Its modular design means you can strip it down for tight spaces or build it into a fully rigged cinema beast. And Red's color science is famous for a reason. It's the same magic behind countless feature films. Connectivity is generous. USB-C, Ethernet, and enough ports to work seamlessly with monitors, recorders, and full production setups. And while it's still an investment, it's one of the most affordable ways to own a genuine RED camera that passes Netflix's approval list. So, we've seen 5 cameras that prove you don't need a massive Hollywood budget to create Netflix-ready content. From the compact Lumix BG-H1 to the legendary RED Komodo, each one is packed with the quality, features, and reliability that meet Netflix's strict standards without draining your bank account. Whether you're filming documentaries, short films, or your first big project, these cameras give you a real shot at producing professional, stream-worthy work. And the best part? They're available right now, meaning there's nothing stopping you from stepping up your production game today. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe for more insider filmmaking tips, and let me know in the comments which of these cameras you'd pick for your dream project. Who knows, your comment might just inspire our next video.